So after a very difficult weekend in Baku, I thought it couldn't get any worse, but look at you! Where are we, Carlos?
In the middle of Italy.
Why?
We were diverted for a storm. We couldn't land in Nice.
Exactly.
So we landed in the middle of Italy.
Yes.
We rented a van. And now we are on our way to Monaco.
Oh, nice.
2-hour drive that we will make it 1 hour and a half.
No.
No, never. Bit hectic landing in an airport so late, having to rent the van, having to jump on a van with all the bags, and having to drive back home for a couple hours. But in the end, I was reflecting on it. We were very frustrated because we really wanted to land in Nice and 20-minute drive, you know. But then you think about it and you say, these are the kind of days that you remember. Not if we would have landed in Nice and we would just taken the normal 20-minute home taxi or whatever, we would never remember that day or that moment, but it's those little adventures that you will remember when you are older, you know. And
what is the funniest fan interaction?
Probably last week. We had our plane diverted with Carlos, and we ended up at the rental car company desk signing autographs. That was pretty funny and unexpected. It was a funny moment, but to be able to share that moment, that's what I said to Carlos Ferrer when we got into the van. Well, I don't think we were necessarily very happy to be diverted and to go into Genova instead of Nice, but these are the moments that then I think when you finish your career you look back and you laugh about and you remember more than if we will have just landed in Nice and that would have been a typical flight going home.
The drive back to Monaco with Charles, there's a Castle flight. What songs they got onto that playlist?
I cannot remember what the playlist we put on. Not many. I don't think the van even had a connector. It was such an old, again I was going to use the word, but really bad van. Rubbish. We were talking and I don't know, Charles was having fun filming me because he could see me like driving a van and in his eyes it looked very funny. I feel like a dad, you know, like driving the kids to school. But yeah, basically we're about to land in Nice and suddenly the captain comes to us and says, look, there's a really bad storm about to hit Nice. Would you like us to divert? It's going to be extremely bumpy if we approach. If I were you, probably take the decision to land in Genoa, 2-hour drive. And Charles immediately goes like, yeah, play it safe. We go to Genoa, no problem. No, don't want to take any risks. And I'm like, let me see the radar. Midnight, I want to land home and go. I know, I trust the captain and the company. I can tolerate a bit of bumpiness. He clearly couldn't. And said, okay, we land in Genoa. Okay, we go to Genoa. Then as we are about to land, we had Toto Wolff, Oli Berman, George Russell in a flight just ahead of us. And we were messaging them, how has been your landing? Thinking, for sure they got a really bad landing. And they were like, no, it was completely fine. And she was like, Charles, I want to kill you. You're enough. We landed in Genoa for not even taking a bit of a bumpy road, you know. And he was like, and then he started to get really angry with himself. Like, I shouldn't have been so safe. You're right. We arrived to the Avis counter. We were extremely lucky that Avis just managed to open for a commercial flight that was landing at midnight in Genoa. Genoa is a very small airport. We go to the girl at the counter and say, look, we need a car. I don't know what you're going to give us, but we need a car now to be as quick as possible. And the girl wouldn't comprehend that we were in a rush, and she was taking her time, looking at all the possible scenarios, discounts, where are you going to give back the car? And she wouldn't understand that we would have just paid for the car right now there to take the car home because we just wanted to get home. Anyway, she took like half an hour to give us the car, and then finally she gave us the car, and it's this big old one that we had to take home. But anyway, it was long but fun story.
Who decides who drives between you and Charles?
I told Charles, since he said we're diverting to Genoa, I said, okay, but I drive. I trust my abilities, so I think I should drive that van. I was so angry at him for diverting us that I said, I drive, I'll relatively push, and you sit and shut up and stay quiet until we get home.
Liz Loza with ESPN Formula One and Charles Leclerc in Austin at the paddock. Charles, okay, I know it happened a couple of weeks ago, but can you please tell me about your unexpected road trip with Carlos?
Oh yeah, I didn't know where the question was going to go. Yeah, I mean it was fun. We were coming back from a race and we had to divert our landing airport because there was a bad weather there. So we ended up in
Like the middle of Italy, right?
yeah, not exactly in the middle of Italy,
Sure.
but yeah, still not close from home. So we ended up in this airport, and luckily there was one rental car company that was still open. So we went there at the desk and asked for whatever they had available to go back home as soon as possible. And that was a minivan. So we ended up being in a minivan, coming back home for 2 hours and a half. I was driven by Carlos. He doesn't like being a passenger, so I had to accept that. But it was fun.
So obviously you do well in a car, and I know you have a yacht. Have any interest in investing in a minivan now? Put a new engine in it, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe in 5 years when my
Okay.
family is growing, 2-3 years. I mean, who knows when that will be? But
We won't keep you to a timeline. It's okay.
but yeah, whenever the family is getting bigger, I might consider it.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.